Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, and Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, Long Island's largest provider of rock salt, and they service much of the tri state area in and around New York City and Long Island. It's going to be your go to place if we wind up getting snow next Wednesday. They've got Omni Melt, Petalo calcium chloride pellets, mag ice pellets and flakes, Geo Melt, Bio Melt, shovels, spreaders, snow blowers, whatever you need to get you through winter storms. It's Omni True Value Hardware, 631-756-1125, or the website omnitruevalue.com. So we're going to take a look at what is turning out to be a very nice day. We're heading into the midday hours. Temperatures are running generally in the low 50s in most places. Still a few leftover 40s back to parts of Pennsylvania and points south, but that won't last for too much longer. And we're seeing a fair amount of sunshine as we take a look at the satellite here. Some high clouds are going by to our north, and of course, we're also seeing the next storm system revving up for the weekend. This is not going to be a big deal for us because the bulk of this is going to wind up going to our north. As to what's on the radar, of course, it's very quiet in the eastern part of the U.S., but we are seeing rain and some snow on the northern end of this, moving across the upper Midwest to the upper Mississippi Valley. Again, most of that passing by to our north. This is not going to be a big snow producer for anybody, but it does start the ball rolling with all the changes we're going to see ahead over the next few days. So it's a nice west to southwest wind, high pressure offshore, good shape up and down the eastern seaboard. You can see the stationary frontal boundary with the next low starting to come out of Kansas and pointing toward Chicago. Now, precipitation-wise from the Weather Prediction Center over the next 7 days, the bulk of this is going to be for next Wednesday. I'm thinking whatever we get tomorrow and into tomorrow night is going to wind up being on the order of a quarter of an inch or less in most places. But the WPC folks are pretty bullish with liquid amounts of precip up to an inch or so. And again, the bulk of that would come with the Wednesday system that we're going to be dealing with. And with regards to snow, I always like to look at the Weather Prediction Center's forecast probability for at least 2 inches. Now, this is through Monday morning, so obviously there's nothing here. But one of the things I want to call attention to, and I use this rule when it comes to the Storm Prediction Center, when they start putting risk area in their forecasts out in the longer range beyond day 4, it's probably worth paying attention to. And the light green is a 30% probability of at least an inch. The darker green represents up to 50% probability of at least an inch. And you'll notice that they have northwestern Virginia, just north and west of Washington, D.C. Baltimore's on the borderline. Philadelphia's in it, most of South Central, all of South Central, Southeastern PA, most of New Jersey except the coastal counties, most of Long Island except the East End, and then points north and west in that chance for snow. So I think that's their signal to pay attention. Got a few of the new model runs here, so I'm going to run you through the Canadian model, which is the most amped up of all the models with this next system. First off, obviously no problems for the rest of today. We may see a few showers scattered around tomorrow afternoon and again tomorrow night into Sunday morning, but it doesn't look like much. Front goes by. We have a weak low that is going to be moving off the coast on Monday and actually brings rain fairly close to New York City. And even the Canadians got a little snow on the northern edge of this, but I really think this is going to not amount to too much. This will go in and out. And then we get a cold high that builds in. That high is the key to all of this because we're in a blocking pattern. So the high is going to go to the spot that snow lovers love, which is eastern Canada, upstate New York and New England. And it's spread out east of Maine and also to the west of the high center into the Great Lakes. So it's basically cradling a developing low. And the Canadian model, again, is the one that's very robust here. It would produce a sizable snowfall of 6 inches plus for just about everybody from Virginia to southern New England. I happen to think that at this stage of the game, it looks somewhat overdone to me. The new GFS model is actually a little more reasonable with this in terms of what we're dealing with in the upper atmosphere. The high is going to hold, and that is really the key here. Because of the block that we have, the high holds in place. The cold air bleeds southward on Monday and especially on Tuesday after that first low goes by. And we're seeing that the GFS is producing snow for Pennsylvania, Northwest Virginia, a good chunk of New Jersey, Long Island, southern New England. The northern edge actually cuts off not that far to the north. Once you go north and west of Poughkeepsie, the snow starts to really lighten up. So this looks like it's going to be primarily a coastal event and not extend all the way up through upstate New York or for central and northern New England. This is more of a southern New England, northern mid-Atlantic states event. And the GFS has a weaker system here. So we're going to see, it's been very consistent for the last couple of days with this. So I think that consistency is a good sign from the standpoint of giving forecaster confidence. This is nothing's going to happen until Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be the prime time, Wednesday into Wednesday night. And we're going to spend the weekend figuring all this out, which, as always with snow events, it's never an easy proposition. Weather in 5 brought to you again by Omni True Value Hardware, Long Island's largest provider of rock salt and a provider of everything you need to get you through winter storms. From melting products, Omni Melt, Petalo, Mag Ice Melts, pellets and flakes, shovels, spreaders, snow blowers, even generators for those times that you might lose power. 6317-561-1125. They're located at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. The website omnitruevalue.com. Be sure to tune in tonight, by the way, to the Joe and Joe Weather Show, because Joe Rayo is going to do what he's been doing, the library presentations on the Geminid meteor shower, which is this weekend. And he's going to do his presentation on the Joe and Joe Weather Show. That's tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time. And of course, we will then go over everything with regards to the weather for the weekend and the prospects for maybe some winter weather around here for the middle part of next week. Have a great afternoon. Be sure you get outside today because the weather is so very nice.